Better Together is proposing a plan they say would make St. Louis the 9th largest city in the country by merging city and county government. This week, Chris Nagus has been traveling to other cities in the Midwest that have already merged. Tonight, he is in Nashville to show us how it worked out there. And Chris, Nashville, weather aside tonight, is thriving.
Yeah, it certainly is, Steve. No question, Nashville is one of those it cities. There are tourists flocking here. There are new residents. I mean, check it out behind me. It's a Wednesday night. Downtown Nashville is packed. But back when this was a sleepy country town, the city of Nashville decided to combine with the county that surrounds it. 56 years later, we are asking if that decision contributed to the success they are experiencing today.
100 people supposedly move here a day.
Drew Mahan is one of them. He came from Michigan a few years ago. Outside his window, cranes dot the skyline. Today, he archives the region's history at the Nashville and Davidson County Public Library.
The city moves forward to broader horizons. Look at, he's got a cigarette in his mouth.
This 1963 newspaper clipping stands out. It's the mayor of the merged Nashville taking down the old city limit signs after voters approved a plan to consolidate.
There was a county judge, Beverly Briley, at the time, and then there was a city mayor, Ben West. And essentially, it kind of spelled the end of Ben West's political career when this passed, because then the county judge was ultimately going to be the mayor, and that's what happened.
Today, Nashville is known for its music scene and explosive growth. Is it the unified government that led to what Nashville is today, or is it just because people like country music?
I think it's all the above.
Rich Riebling grew up in St. Louis and graduated from Normandy High School. He moved to Nashville in the 1970s to work for the newspaper, then several mayors. I asked him to explain the biggest difference between government in St. Louis versus Nashville.
You have one government. I mean, it's just a matter of consolidation. Makes things very much more organized, more cohesive, I think more constructive for development and growth.
When voters said yes, many things changed in Nashville. School districts combined, so did local fire departments along with police. It was a much smaller place in 1963, so I asked about the opposition.
It was suburban folks, I would say, generally, because a lot of them had written off the city and saying that's a place where there's crime, there's corruption. So generally it was suburbia who was fighting against this.
The headlines happened so long ago, most people here don't remember what it was like before. They only know what's happening now.
We've been in the top 8 in the country for job growth.
Courtney Ross is the Chief Economic Development Officer at the Nashville Chamber. There's no shortage of announcements here.
Amazon has decided to have their Center of Excellence for Logistics here, and they'll add about 5,000 jobs.
The rapid growth has brought some challenges. Traffic and infrastructure needs are getting worse. But it's also meant Nashville is in the driver's seat when it comes to who they target.
We don't put on the brakes, but maybe it's a different strategy, and it's which companies in the healthcare industry, which companies in the technology industry are not here that should have a presence here, and those are the kind of companies that we go after.
In this growing market, it's difficult to pinpoint one key to success, but there's no question they appear to be scoring win after win, including an MLS team.
Didn't have to get the issue of a city versus a county and who's going to pay for it and all that.
Whether Missouri voters decide to vote yes on a merger in St. Louis or not, Nashville leaders offer some advice.
Our 1.9 million population working regionally is much better than separate cities within our MSA working on different strategies. So we work together regionally.
And it is worth noting Nashville's first unification attempt in the late 1950s failed. It did not pass until the second time around. Of course, this issue, this debate, is going to take center stage in the St. Louis region over the next couple of years. It is an issue that we are committed to covering, and we will continue to do so. For now, reporting live in Nashville, Chris Nagus, News 4.